Live.
Good morning, Mark.
Okay, great. Here we go. Week 2 of On the Horizon. Mike Lieberman and Eric Kalis coming to you live from Pennsylvania, where my good news today is we are actually seeing some dramatic drop in cases and in deaths in Pennsylvania, and that is all good news towards getting everybody open and back to work. So that is super happy for all of us. I'm going to stop the share and get back into our meeting. Awesome. Happy to be with you guys today. So last week we covered general business transformation and marketing digital transformation and sales digital transformation. And today we really need to talk about how you work with your customers, because honestly, one of the major successes we've seen over the past couple of weeks in terms of working with our clients is the clients that are having the most success are the ones that are really leaning into their customers, really paying close attention to their customers and clients, upping communication to their customers and clients, really listening to them and talking to them and understanding what they're going through and bringing some interesting and innovative solutions to them as well. Eric, I know you have a couple stats you want to share with everybody.
Just one big one. Mike, don't forget you can stop sharing when you get a chance. So I was doing some research on today's topic, and I came across something very interesting. Just last year, KPMG, the large consulting firm, ran a survey amongst their customers and I guess prospects. And this is last year, 72% of respondents said they expect the shift to digital to create closer relationships with customers. This was prior to the artificial trigger of the virus. So you could just imagine now how businesses are thinking. If 72% of them were thinking about making some sort of digital transformation to customer experience, how people are thinking about that now. And that's a pretty powerful stat. And we want to kind of include you guys in that conversation as well.
Yeah, so Eric, maybe you could talk a little bit about what you've seen in the businesses that you've talked to, or maybe some of the people you know in terms of what they're actually doing to connect with their customers, to talk to their customers, to market to their customers, to reach out to them and make sure that they're engaged with what's going on in their companies and in their lives. What are some people doing?
Well, the first thing that I would say that I've noticed very dramatically over the last 30 days is both clients and prospects talking to me personally about portals. How do I build a portal on my website so I can have my customer log in, have everything they need at their fingertips, have any data or information I want to put there so that they can access that, and it makes it a little bit more self-service. That's been by far the biggest surprise, because it's not that we haven't installed client portals on websites in the past, but all of a sudden it became a very hot topic. The second thing that people are talking about is how do I create some kind of free prize inside for the relationship that I have with my clients? And a couple of things that we've brainstormed with current clients were things like office hours. While you're, of course, available to your clients, why not schedule office hours for your company where your customers can log in, they can ask questions, they can meet each other, there could be form some sort of community or perhaps even a bit of a mastermind group. And this is something that doesn't cost anything, just like you and I are doing now, Mike, where we have a webinar set up for a very modest monthly fee. You can have office hours. One of the other things that's trending on talking about is email. Not that email marketing was dying, but it certainly was becoming less important as we moved to social media posting, to blogging and so forth. But now all of a sudden, people are talking about, I have to get out an email. And the only thing that I've been cautioning them on is don't sell, educate or help. Because once again, nobody likes to be sold to. We established that last week on the series. Now we're talking about how do I help people and send out a few more emails to kind of give them the assistance they might need where they can't come into my store or they can't talk to a salesperson face to face. Three other things that I've been thinking about specifically over this weekend is mobile, right? How do I then make that experience great for my clients on mobile? Because sure, on desktop, that's pretty straightforward, but recent statistics show that 4 out of 5 people are checking out your company's website and interacting with you on a mobile platform. So you want to make that a very seamless and easy, even a fun experience. The second thing that I've been talking to myself about is artificial intelligence, right? We have all these really fabulous tools, some of them put out that are relatively straightforward or boxed, like Amazon Web Services or Google. How do we apply that artificial intelligence work to making the customer experience better? Whether they can access the database, they can provide information, they can answer questions. Artificial intelligence is obviously a great way to do that. And then finally, I've been noticing a lot of brands selling to me directly on television as I watch TV as I'm in my home for the last 6 weeks. But I don't see too many people developing their brand, talking about things other than we will deliver a car to your home, or now Domino's will deliver to you your pizza. I want to see things about how behind the scenes, what companies are doing to help their employees, help their customers, which can build a brand. I mean, one insight into some charitable work that a big brand does can make me completely change my attitude the same way if they try to sell me leveraging the horrible situation we're in now, I'm turned off by that brand. So that's kind of the highest level thinking we're talking about when it comes to using a digital transformation and enhancing the customer experience. Anything to add to that, Mike?
Yeah, those are very helpful. One of the things that I could suggest that we've seen our clients do well is actually having a little more thoughtful interaction with customers and clients. For instance, if you want to stay in touch with them, you have to figure out very thoughtfully what you want to say. You know, your business may be struggling, right? Do you want to reach out to them and let them know that you're struggling in that way? Maybe not, but to let them know what is going on in your business and what you're doing proactively to deal with it, and what they might be able to do to help, or to even answer some questions that allow you to pivot appropriately. Those are two different kinds of conversations. The second one is positive and productive and kind of moving towards some solutions. And the first one is like, things are bad, can you help me? So I think you have to kind of thoughtfully decide how you're going to engage with your prospects. Another amazing tactic, and again, like, I'm highly recommending you talk to people specifically. Email is great, and I'll give you a nice tip on how to do email in a time where everyone is doing email and we're inundated with emails, and most of these emails really aren't very good. Before we get to an email tactic, let's talk about how we really want to just reach out and talk to our customers and clients. Find out what's going on in their business from a one-to-one perspective can be very powerful. They will tell you what's going on in their businesses, and they will tell you how you can help them. Lots of times our best ideas come from talking to our clients. You know, oh, it would be great if you guys could do this. Oh, you know what? I really need this. I don't know whether you do that or not. Do you do that? Have you ever done that? You may not be thinking about this, but we could really use your help in this area. Those kinds of comments come up very frequently when you're talking to people one-to-one, and the relationship you form with your clients today is going to carry you well past this. So if you can find time, and let's face it, a lot of us have extra time now, if you can find time to reach out to customers and clients and talk to them about what's going on in their business, they may actually uncover a couple of ideas that you never even thought of, that you can help them, that you can help other clients like them, or maybe even a whole set of companies that you've been wanting to do business with, or have not been able to do business with up until now. So that simple question of what's going on in your business and how can I help you can really create some interesting conversations, some interesting opportunities. On the topic of email, so this is a big one. Obviously, when it comes to getting in touch with a wide variety and a big group of customers, the first thing people do is say, well, let's send emails. Okay, so it makes sense. But if you're sending emails at a time where everyone else is sending emails, like Tuesday at 10 o'clock or Thursday at 2 o'clock, which, by the way, are like the two most published appropriate times to send a B2B email. You don't want to send it Monday morning because people are kind of getting into their email boxes. You don't want to send it at night because they're not looking at their email boxes. So this crazy benchmark of sending it, Tuesday at 10 or Thursday at 2 has been around for quite some time. But if everyone's sending their email at the same time, yours is going to be lost in a flurry of emails as well. We actually have a partnership with a company called 7th Sense. And to Eric's comment about artificial intelligence, 7th Sense will actually mine the data in your customer email database of when your prospects and customers actually open emails. So if Eric has a tendency to have his email box collect, and at the end of the day, he goes through it to look at the ones he's interested in and delete the ones he's not, and that happens at 5:15 every single day, 7 Cents will know that and plan on sending that email to Eric at 5:15 when he's most likely to be opening and digesting his emails. So we're now not sending mass emails when everyone else is sending them. We're actually being smarter about it and mining that data in the system using a tool, piece of software nonetheless, but getting smarter about sending those emails. And by the way, we're not sending everyone at 5:15. We're only sending to Eric at 5:15. I might get mine at 4 o'clock in the morning because that's when I look at my emails. The guy next door might get it at 10 o'clock on Saturday because that's when he looks at emails. So it's a very effective way to think about your email campaign in a whole different way. And today, driving those open rates up and those click-through rates up are very important. HubSpot actually published some data from its research division that was actually looking at the performance of email during the pandemic versus prior to the pandemic, and some really interesting data came out of it. There are many more emails getting sent, so our assumption is correct. People are actually opening emails more frequently and clicking through them more frequently. So again, this is an opportunity to take advantage of email if you send it smartly, if you create a really compelling, strong message, have some good offers in it. Remember, email really only has one objective: to get people back to your website. So if you're writing a long email, not good. Quick, short, to the point with links, really, really strong subject line, and then try to drive them back to your website. Eric?
Yeah, I mean, with all the money I'm saving on beer and burgers on Saturday night, I'm looking to buy something online. I mean, send me an email with some interesting stuff. I'll take you up on that. So as a second part of some of the research I did over the weekend, I wanted to give you like 5 ways you could start to move that digital transformation from a customer service perspective in your company. Number 1, make all your information online. And don't make it all online, make it easy to find as well. Because customers now are expecting that your website is going to be the complete clearinghouse for all information about your company. So their first move should be, let's put that on the website. Let's post that online. Let's put this in the blog. Number 2, embrace automation. I know that some people think it's weird when you have a bot on your chat, but that's what people are looking for. They want quick and easy answers. So if you can answer the top 10 questions that your customers typically ask your customer service department on your bot, post it. Embrace it. Don't be scared of it. People are really using the chat feature so much more. Add that bot in for a little extra layer of juice. Also, tailor your content to individual users. You have now great marketing automation platforms that could really tailor the emails. Mike gave a great example of when to deliver it. Why not tailor that as well? You can ask people, do you want emails once a week, once a month, once a year? Let us know. And what industry are you in so that I can define my broadcast email to your specific needs. 4, learn about your customers. You might have some extra time on your hands. So might your analytics department or the person in your company that looks at all the reports. Have them go through the data and find the gold in those numbers so that you can use that or leverage that to have even a stronger, more intimate relationship with some of your clients. And then finally, focus on providing value. Please don't sell. If something doesn't provide value to the customer experience, either don't do it or get rid of it. And if you start to think about some of the new ways we look at our businesses and how we communicate, if something's important to your company but not important to the clients, strip it out. Yeah, you might be able to post it on your website should someone want that information, but that's them going to get it, not you pushing it into their face. And I think that it's really important to make sure that you really look at your company from a value perspective. People are very out of sorts now, and if you're not providing value, you're just part of the noise. Anything to add to that, Mike?
Yeah, this is also a good time to reconsider how your customers are assisting with general sales and marketing, right? As marketers, we tend to ignore the customers a little bit in terms of until it's time for a case study or a success story. But today, the customers are really almost the first stop your prospects are likely to make before they even engage with you. We used to say, you know, it's click to close. They visit your website and then that buyer journey starts from that point forward. But today, there's a whole set of motions that happen prior to them visiting your website. Like they could be looking for online reviews. So, if I asked you guys who are listening today or going to listen on the on-demand version of this, how many of you know how many online reviews you have? How many of you know where those online reviews are? How many of you are actively trying to drive customers or clients to write online reviews about your business? This is a marketing asset that can't be overlooked. It just so happens that during the pandemic, people are a little more empathetic and a little more magnanimous about showing their appreciation for something you've done for them. This is an excellent time to ask someone to write a review about your business. And this can be as simple as Googling your company and finding that Google panel on the side of that search that says write a review and popping a Google review in there for your business. It can be that easy. If you want to make it a little more complicated, there are directory sites for a lot of businesses. Facebook has a review process. So I would highly encourage you to start talking to customer service reps in your business or people that talk to customers regularly, and encourage them to ask the customers that have had a good experience if they wouldn't mind writing a review. A lot of companies also bake that into follow-up. So if you call my customer service department and I'm able to help you, and my follow-up email is, thank you so much for calling us. How did we do today? Could you please write us a review? You can automate that entire process as well. The more online reviews you have, the more your online reputation is solid, the more people are talking about your businesses online, the easier it's going to be to get people back to your website. Another interesting point about Eric's comments are you can really arm your customer service reps with well-written emails that are understanding of what customers might be going through today. So the emails that they used to send, or maybe the way they used to respond to customer service requests, probably needs to be looked at. And if you're using email templates, they may need to be upgraded, because not everything is fun and funny and rosy like it was a couple of months ago. Some people are really in some serious situations, and a little bit of empathy in that customer service communication could go a long way. So take a look at what you're doing from a customer service perspective. Take a look at how you're activating your clients. We call that advocacy. There's an entire practice we run with clients these days called advocacy marketing, where we really strategically try to activate your customers to tell your story online and to other people like them, and to really share what you've done for them in a more active way. You could start talking about that and figuring out some easy things to do to activate that, like just asking for online reviews.
Well said, Mike. In the last few minutes, I just wanted to kind of get you thinking about how there's the before and there's the after, right? So before, you were right, things were rosy. Some of us were fat and happy, doing the best we possibly can and leaving it at that. We must double our efforts to work harder now to change the way we do business and communicate and endear our clients to our companies, because it's going to be a rough ride for the next year or two. And you want to make sure that you're in that front position when it comes to the competition, that you've done everything in your power to really make it easy for customers to do business with you. I know it's a little fearful sometimes. We've always done it this way, or that's going to take a big change and our people aren't going to want to do that. But this is the time to do it. Everything's changing now. And you have a great cover story how during the pandemic, you really improved your business. A really great example of that is that we never minded before if a customer wanted to mail a check into our company, but now our offices are closed. The mail goes to the office. So immediately we just asked our clients, if you wouldn't mind, could you please set up an ACH transfer? Well, we're never going back to checks because ACH transfer is so easy when you pay your bill. The clients like it. It's one button. We like it. You get the cash in your account immediately or the next day. This is a time to make those changes under a cover story of we're all doing this for the better. So, think about your companies in the same light. What could you do now that will prepare you for this different or new normal that we've all been talking about over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, that's awesome advice. And there's a ton of research and articles about how new companies have sprung up during challenging times like that, how existing companies have created new services to take care of their customers and prospects during challenging times like that. So you can really dig in and think constructively about how you can adjust your business accordingly. In the last couple of minutes, really good news. Eric and I, when we started doing this, we decided we would just take it week by week and see how it goes. The show's been picked up for a third week. So when this week is over, if you're interested in what we're going to be doing in the upcoming week, I posted some show synopsises we have planned for the third week. You can go check it out. Square 2 Marketing /resources / on-the-horizon, and you can see all the shows on demand that we've recorded, including today's shows, which will be up later, everything we have scheduled for the rest of this week, and everything we have scheduled for week 3 as well. Thank you guys so much for joining. Have a really good day. Be safe, and we will see you guys back here tomorrow. Thank you so much.